done with League of Legends hate videos. I talk a lot of shit about League, but I actually still enjoy the game even after playing for almost 7 years. That's why I've decided to make a positive video about a champion I like. Yuumi! Y'all think I'm being sarcastic, don't you? Look, is Yuumi my favorite champion? No. Is Yuumi even my favorite support? Also no. Just kidding, Tarek is best boy, this is not up for debate, these are facts! But I do enjoy enchanters, and I'm honestly just glad Riot remembered that some support players actually, like supporting. Look at the supports we've gotten recently. An assassin with a resetting execute designed to KS, an ADC that can get 100% crit without building a single crit item, and a mid lane mage we got in a meta where that wasn't even a thing. Also Rel. Add to that every solo laner whose main couldn't cut it in the meta and decided to queue sup, and I actually have to fight to get the role. Which may not sound that weird for any of you that just jumped on from the Arcane bandwagon, but having lived through the days where Phil was just a second support option, it's still a shock to me. And even when I do get it, I can't play an enchanter because a shield smaller than Biden's chances of re-election won't do shit against a CC burst combo from the supports I'm likely to play against. But Yuumi isn't like other enchanters, and the things that make her unique are also why the League community hates her with a passion. No, they really hate her. Like, DJ Khaled's tongue doesn't hate pussy as much as these guys do. Well, I'm here today to tell you why you're all wrong, Yuumi is the GOAT, and I deserve all the money and sex with attractive women I want.
Here comes the...
Y'all don't really want it like that.
Let me see if I've got the Yuumi haters figured out. You're probably a top or mid lane main, with the other as your secondary role. You play assassins, duelists, anyone who's good in a 1v1 and not much else. You think split pushing is the optimal strat, proper team comp is someone else's problem, and anytime you lose lane, it's jungle diff. Did I get it right? Probably not, since the biggest Yuumi hater I know is Scooch, and he's a jungle main. But he plays Shaco, so that's the pot calling the kettle a degenerate. But Yuumi hate goes beyond your typical disdain for healers, because in addition to cucking you out of kills, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean, she also can't be targeted as long as she's attached to someone. Whereas you could conceivably deal with any other support by focusing them when they're out of position, Yuumi can have a perfect KDA just by slapping herself on her most fed teammate and spamming E. Riot even admitted shortly after her release that Yuumi was a mistake. Except they actually said the opposite by showing graphs that prove Yuumi does have quite a bit of skill expression, but we all just ignore it because Yuumi plays don't look good in the highlight reel. See, I believe most hatred for Yuumi comes from a misunderstanding as to what Yuumi is. We shouldn't think of Yuumi like Soraka or Nami. We should think of Yuumi like Kog'Maw. There are two types of characters in League of Legends, carries and enablers. Carries deal damage, and enablers protect carries long enough to deal that damage. If one side is lacking, it completely screws over the other, and vice versa. This is most evident with champions like Kog'Maw, who can output insane amounts of damage once they get a few items, but get shredded like paper without adequate peeling. Yuumi is a lot like Kog'Maw in that regard. She can throw out heals and CC till her mana pool is drier than Ben Shapiro's wife, but that won't amount to much if the teammate she's attached to has more deaths than CS. Of course, none of this changes what really pisses people off about Yuumi, her untargetability. And to that I say, why is that a problem? Being attached to an ally effectively removes a teammate from the fight. One less target to aim at or avoid autos from, and one teammate's worth of HP removed. Plus, all single target CC doubles in potency whenever you target whoever Yuumi attaches to. I mean, what's Yuumi gonna do? Jump off? She's probably attached to the split pusher, so it's not like she has anyone else to jump to. Not to mention, Yuumis don't buy boots or take flash, so every kill on Yuumi's butt buddy is a free double kill. Oh, but if Yuumi jumps onto a Fed Mundo, he's unkillable. It's a Fed Mundo. He's already unkillable. So what am I saying, really? That Yuumi has fair, if ill-defined strengths and weaknesses that can be played around with the right team comp? That the biggest problem with Yuumi is with the people playing her treating her like an AFK heal bot and not the champ itself? No. I'm saying that rich guys are shit in bed, and if you asked a DC exec to find the clitoris, they'd look for it on a roadmap.